let's move into the late games. Broncos visiting the Raiders. Broncos 5.5, 5 at some places, underdogs, 5.5 point underdogs. I don't think that Drew Lock is a very good quarterback. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. He seems like he needs 3 quarters to wake up. And then when he does wake up, he's incredible because he has so many good weapons around him. Like his receiving core, his tight end, they're all just studs. And in my mind, this feels like another game that's going to probably end up being a shootout in a divisional game. I don't want to go against the Raiders again though. So it's hard for me here, but like I have to take the Broncos. 5 points, that's a lot of points in a divisional game with two teams that I just don't think either team really has a huge advantage with the other one. The Raiders have some injuries. They have some guys still on COVID list. The Broncos, they just play a weird style where, like we were just saying, they get down big and then they fight back when there's no time left. And in my mind, if this is going to be a shootout, I have to take the Broncos here at the +5.
Well, right now we're getting 54% of the bets and, again, very low volume, 84% of the money on the Raiders. So what that tells me is there's also an opportunity for the line to go up a little bit more. And also, like, last week the Raiders had a big win, a high-profile win. They are a team that is getting more and more attention because Derek Carr is having such a good year. But their defense is a dumpster fire. And, like, that Broncos rushing game, with Phillip Lindsay, it can be very good at times. So I don't hate the Broncos here. I just hate betting them. They make me
sick. I don't want to put it in. I don't feel like sweating the Broncos.
Yeah. You really want to sweat Drew Lock?
Like we're gonna be down 20 nothing at halftime. It's like great. Now we got to pray for another miracle.
Here's what I want to avoid. It's 6:15 on Sunday night. I've been sitting on the couch with my 14-year-old for 5 straight hours. It's almost dinner time. And my wife is like, hey, deal with dinner. So I go into the kitchen. I turn on the TV in the kitchen, and I'm watching the Broncos flail away. And I've got to send you a text that says Broncos. And then they got to come back, and I got to deal with you coming back at me because I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah, that's true. That would definitely happen.
It's true. Meanwhile, we got the Chargers visiting the Dolphins, and that feels like an interesting matchup all of a sudden.
Please help me. Why can't I not stop betting the Chargers?
I want to bet the Chargers too. It feels like they feel like the Browns to me. I want to bet them every single week. How do you have this game power rated right now?
So I think I had this as you're getting good value on Miami. I had this at -3, so 2.5. That's good value on Miami. But it feels too easy. Like it feels like Vegas is laying a trap for me where it's like Tua just had the game of his life, played so well against Arizona on the road, coming home, 2 straight wins for the Dolphins playing a Chargers team who just 2 straight games, historical fashion losses. It's so hard for me not to take the Chargers here. But in our pick pool, it's like, do we want to take a rookie QB on the road here and hope for the best? Because like I just said, I don't think we're getting good value that's sitting at 2.5. Like if it's at 3, I'd feel comfortable taking the Chargers. But at 2.5, I feel like Miami's the right side.
You know what this game is right here? This game's a hornet's nest.
You think it's the Hornets' Nest play of the week, Chargers?
It's the Hornets' Nest play of the week. It is like a hard game to handicap. I don't look at Justin Herbert right now as sort of a rookie quarterback who'd struggle on the road, especially in an empty stadium. He just seems like he gets it, and he's super comfortable. He makes really good throws in tight windows. He throws a beautiful deep ball. My concern here is Brian Flores is clearly a great coach because the one vulnerability that the Dolphins had last week defensively was against Kyler Murray on 3rd down because they play so much man. They would leave huge running lanes open, and Kyler Murray did beat them for a lot of 3rd down conversions with his feet. But the Dolphins they don't stop playing. And that's the sign of a great coach. And he's got these guys playing like a level that I think is above where they are. And Tua is clearly a guy who makes them more athletic and more potent offensively. So how do you not bet the Dolphins at -2.5 if you have them power rated at 3?
Right. You're right too, and it's like such a huge coaching advantage. We've just seen from Anthony Lynn at the end of the first half, he settled for 3 points where he could have easily scored a touchdown on Oakland, and he makes these little mental errors, especially into the game too. The Chargers, they're just wasting all this time. Like I'm with you. We could put the Dolphins in if it stays at -2.5. Like I got to trust the numbers and say this is the right time to take them here again.
Yeah, it just feels like you can't go against the Dolphins right now. Because remember last week we loved the Dolphins when that game posted against the Cardinals. And over the course of the week, like I kind of got talked out of it by listening to so many people. And it turns out we were right. Our instincts were right.
Yeah.
All right. Buffalo Bills, who we were both like way wrong on last week. No, that's not true. We liked the Bills in bad weather. And then ultimately, like we liked the Seahawks, but we ended up not putting it in the contest. They are visiting the Cardinals. They are 2.5-point dogs on the road.
Situational play. I had this at -3 for the Cardinals. I know that people are right. The road teams this year have really been doing well, especially covering. The home field advantage has really been dead. But in my mind, we got a Cardinals team here who that's a really tough loss. It's going to be a tough week of practice. And this is kind of game where if they're legit this year, they're going to bounce back and beat the Bills because the Bills just came off arguably the most perfect game they played all year against the Seahawks. Now, long travel, out of conference game, it just feels like a smart play here on the Cardinals. So I'm happy to take the -2.
I love the Cardinals here. I like for all the sort of back and forth we have about the Chargers and the Dolphins, I think the Cardinals are the exact right spot.
Let's do it. Let's put them in.
All right. So right now we like the Bucks and we like the Cardinals, and that's it so far. We kind of like the Browns, we kind of like Miami, but Bengals Steelers. Bengals +7 on the road at Pittsburgh. Big Ball's bet of the week.
Yeah, you're calling your shot.
Well, I don't know. Are you going to agree with me? I only want to do it if you agree with me.
I got a bigger balls bet of the week, but
we
can make it that. Yeah, we can make it this one if you want.
All right. No. I want to hear what you're going to say, but I do like the Bengals here. I think the Steelers have just they've been uncovered, and Joe Burrow, I think, only gets better like every single week. So I like the Bengals here.
Yeah, and I'm with you on the numbers too big probably for this game, and now we have all this news of all this COVID stuff going on with Pittsburgh, and we've seen how COVID's affected teams. Like Matthew Stafford, he didn't even have it, but he was just self-isolating away from his team for like 3 or 4 days by himself. And he came out and he just laid a complete egg against the Vikings. And looking at this, if this number stays at 7, I'd feel comfortable taking Burrow on the road here. But all he does is cover. He's so due for regression that's the only thing that's giving me pause here. It's like, when is the regression going to come? Because all rookies hit a wall eventually. No rookie goes through the whole season flawless. And in a divisional game here, I would take the 7, but if it dips below +7, I would not take Cincy.
What do you have it power rated at?
I have it at -6. So I think that you're getting good value still at 6.5 with the Bengals. But I just feel better with the 7, just the way that they play. It just feels like I could see them being down 14 and get the backdoor push with the 7. So I feel better with the 7.
I totally agree. And who knows? This game might come off the board, like if the Steelers continue.
Exactly.
So you never know. The Seahawks, God, we got a lot of late games this week.
We're so blessed.
Man, so nice, right? The Seahawks visiting the Rams. Seahawks 2-point dogs on the road in Los Angeles. Woo!
Don't think, you just bet it. You just take the Rams here. You don't even think about it.
Why?
Easy play where you have a divisional game, divisional teams off a bye week. I know the Seahawks just got destroyed on the road, but we talked about it early in the year when we were talking MVPs and why I thought it was a bad bet to take Russell Wilson. He's in too hard of a division, too many tough games, and what has it been now? 7 turnovers the last 2 games for Russ, where Patrick Mahomes, he's at 25 touchdowns and 1 interception. So it's like, Russ has kind of run into it where there's too much on his shoulders. And in my mind, this Rams situation, it's a really, really well-coached team that can run the ball, playing a Seahawks team that cannot stop the run. So Russ might get me in the end here. I know he's got the +2, but in my mind, this should be a field goal for the Rams. So if this stays under 3, I'm more than happy to take the Rams here.
I like it. Is that a BBB?
It's not. It's almost there.
All right. Well, right now, this is a classic Pros Joe's game because 61% of the bets are coming in. It's a decent amount of volume. It's 61% of the bets are coming in on Seattle, but 54% of the money. So we've got some significant split here. I'm with you. I like this game. All right. Now we're starting to fill out our docket. Now the bets are getting counted. Now we're getting closer to being able to call it. The 49ers are visiting the Saints. It opened at 6.5. It's now at, you're right, +9.5. You are begging me to take the Niners here.
Big balls bet of the week, my
Big
friend.
balls bet of the week.
Saints coming off the most dominating game of the season, according to DVOA. San Francisco blown out at home on a Thursday night, coming across country to play the Saints. Public is going to tease. They're going to money line, everything on the Saints here. And in my mind, this is a great matchup for the 49ers. The fact that it's, like you just said, 9.5, 10. Love it. Anything above 7.5, I'm more than happy to take on the 49ers. So this is the everything game for 49ers. This is their season pretty much. They need to win this one because their upcoming games are just even harder than this. So in my mind, not that I'm calling my shot, I got the 49ers winning this outright. So I like the 49ers here big.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You have the 49ers winning this outright. The money line price on this game right now. And by the way, when I yelled big balls bet of the week, I yelled it so loud my dog ran upstairs. I just want you to know that. She just ran into my office. Let me see, what is the money line on this game right now? Hold on. 340, up from 235. So it's getting up there, but I like it.
No one believes in them, man. No one believes in the 49ers. They're leaving them for dead. And they're going to get guys back this week that I think they're going to get right. And this is just a good situational play for the 49ers.
I'm 100% in. I love it. Let's freaking do it. Big balls bet of the week, my friend. This Ravens team is not very good right now to me. And they're 7-point favorites on the road against the Patriots. I mean, this is unless you feel strongly, it's kind of a pass for me.
Yeah, like the Ravens, if they stay at 7, I'm seeing some books 7.5 now. As long as it stays 7, I'd put them in. Because in my mind, Patriots are one of the worst defenses against the run. We know what the Ravens like to do. They like to run it. I'm with you. They have not looked right. And it's scary that it's this big of a number. But I can't back this Patriots defense. They just don't have the bodies to stop a kind of offense like this with the Ravens. So, to me, it's a get-right game for the Ravens. I know it's back-to-back road games, but as long as it's 7 and under, I'm happy to take the Ravens here.
Okay. I'll put it on the list. And now we've all of a sudden got we've got a really full list, which is cool. We've got a full list even with lines that are questionable. I think we're going to take a couple off right away.
Right.
Last game of the night, last game of the week. It's the last game of the slate, the Monday night game. The Minnesota Vikings visiting the dreadful Chicago Bears. Depending on where you look at DraftKings right now, the Vikings are 3-point road favorites. This is another Pros Joe's right now, and there's a decent amount of volume on this game. 68% of the bets coming in on Minnesota, but 71% of the money coming in on Chicago.
And I love the Bears, but I am a little worried where I just read you guys just lost your best run defender on the D-line. And when do these injuries catch up to the Bears? Like we just talked about, they have lost 4 offensive linemen now. Montgomery is not a good running back. Nick Foles doesn't have the time to take deep shots, and that's what he's best at is the long ball. And The Vikings have just been mowing down people. The Dalvin Cook run game. Like, people are talking about him for MVP right now. This guy is next level. I don't want to get in front of it. It's probably the pro play to take the Bears here, but in my mind, if this is 2.5, I'll fall in the trap and I'll take the Vikings and just rely on not because I know the reason it's like this is that Kirk Cousins, these are the games he falls apart. Like, I feel like every time in history, once everyone starts believing the Vikings and Kirk Cousins on a primetime game, they lose by 20. But I can't do it. I cannot take the Bears. I'll take the Vikings in this run offense.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It's the Bears are completely the right side. I don't think they're the right side enough that I want to put them in our top 5. I think we got better options there.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like, come Sunday morning, like, things could change, and there's injuries, there's COVID, there's line moves, and all of a sudden that Monday night game is looking pretty good. And I can tell you that Monday night game is going to have everybody on the Vikings. So if we're looking to make a move in the contest, and now we got to start thinking like game theory and shit like that, like, people aren't going to have the Bears.
Yeah, everyone's going to have – like, that's what I mean. Minnesota, they're going to be in everyone's teasers, everyone parlays. That's just a classic Monday night lineup, but it's too hard for me, man. And I don't – like, we haven't been doing Monday night games because I like that we're just done on Sundays. It's been nice where – we're just done instead of stressing and have a whole nother day to wait to see if they're going to be 5-0, 3-2, 2-3. Like, that's just too much. So, yeah, I'm with you. Let's just stay away.
Stay away. Completely agree. We've got to choose a survivor before I get to the winner of the pod and I recap.
Yeah, buddy.
And I got an idea.
Oh, God. What's the idea?
Cleveland Browns.
We already used the Browns, thank God.
We did?
We used them on that Thursday night.
Oh, that's right.
The Bengals. Right. We haven't used the Packers yet. This is the week you have to use the Packers. They have hard divisional games coming up. Let's just get rid of them. Let's just take Green Bay. If we somehow lose to a 6th-round rookie QB, that's the way it's meant to be.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I'm with you 100%.
For people that have – like, a lot of people complain we don't do 2 because they have other ones. Like, they've used teams that we haven't used.
Yeah.
The easiest options on the board are going to be the Ravens. I know I just said I like the 49ers money line, but the Saints, this is a week you haven't used them yet. They might not get easier matchups than Nick Mullins. In my mind, those are only 2 I would switch in if you didn't already use Green Bay, because Green Bay, in my mind, this is the best week to play them. So I almost used them last week. Luckily, we didn't. We saved them for this week, so we got to use them this week.
All right, let's go with the Packers. God, I've fallen in love with the 49ers bet. 49ers on a money line. That is just –
Oh, God. Is it dead?
Just
it's our big balls bet of the week. Don't jinx it, Chad. Don't put the life savings
big balls bet of the week. All right. This is how we're going to recap it. Right now, we like the Bucs minus 4.5. We're hoping the line drops even more, but I think that's a pretty solid bet in the contest. We're taking the Browns out. We're taking the Broncos out. We were split on the Fins and the Chargers. Right now, the Fins minus 2.5. I would say that's on the docket for a conversation and a text exchange where you try to bully me on Sunday. We both like the Cards a lot at minus 2.5, as far as I can tell. We like the Bengals as long as we can get it at 7. We love the Rams at minus 2. We love the Niners at plus 10. So right now, I think it's coming down to the Cards and the Bengals on Sunday. Cards, Miami, and Bengals on Sunday. Those are the 3 that we will be debating. Because right now we love the Niners, love the Rams, love the Bucs, and then we'll choose 2 from those 3.
Yeah, we're just all in on the NFC West pretty much this week. That's what it sounds like.
Well, look, we have the Ravens too. We have the Ravens at minus 7. So let's say like we can choose 2 from those 4.
Right. Yeah, I like that. So we'll figure that out Sunday morning. We'll obviously tweet everything out that we finalize.
Yep. Follow Simon Hunter in the Action Network app. By noon on Sunday, I have put all the picks into the app. I've shared them on Twitter. And I tag Simon. I tag the Favorites Pod, so you can follow it that way. But if you're looking for early lines right now, we like the Bucs minus 4.5. We like Miami minus 2.5. We like the Cards minus 2.5. Bengals plus 7, as long as you can still get 7. Rams minus 2. Niners plus 10. Ravens minus 7. Niners on the money line as well.